Hello, America. Welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. I'm TV's Dave Galvin. We're the only podcast, vlog, blog, video podcast. I'm not sure. But we're the only one that tells you in 10 minutes or less everything you need to know about a certain topic. And today's topic is where to absolutely not go, especially if you're part of the LGBT community. So in honor of Pride, buckle up, because today we're talking about places that roll out the rainbow carpet straight into a brick wall. Now let's be clear. I'm not telling anyone to cancel their dream trip, but you better know the vibe before you book that flight. Safety, respect, vibes, those things are going to matter in some places, and they're in short supply. So let's start up with places that are straight up dangerous. Let's kick this off with the hard nose. These are places that being openly LGBT isn't just frowned upon, it's like criminal, like actually illegal. So here's a short no thanks list. Saudi Arabia. Being gay can literally get you imprisoned or worse. No nightlife worth dying for, believe me, I promise. Iran has public hangings for homosexuality, but honestly, given the state of the world right now, Iran is probably not the kind of place you're going to want to go anyway. Uganda recently passed a law with life imprisonment for aggravated homosexuality. That's not just unfriendly, it's violently hostile. Chechnya, which is inside Russia, reports of state-sponsored detentions and the torture of gay men. Yeah, seriously, it's actual horror stories. Now, if you're thinking, but Dave, what if I just don't tell anyone? Listen, you don't deserve to hide who you are just to take a vacation. These places are kind of just off the table. Most of these places I just mentioned, you're probably not going to go to anyway. But just in case, I had to mention them. Now, there are places that seem cool, but aren't. Let's talk about the sneaky ones. These are destinations that might look fabulous in photos, but behind the Instagram filters, yeah, not so much. Dubai. Luxury? Yes. Very luxurious. I will admit that I am quite curious to go myself. But is it gay friendly? That's a hard no. Public displays of affection, even heterosexual, can get you arrested. So, my wife and I just holding hands, we could possibly get arrested for that. Being gay, still criminalized. Jamaica has beautiful beaches, but the country has a rep for being one of the most homophobic in the Caribbean. Hate crimes happen, and laws don't exactly protect the LGBT folks. Egypt. You can tour the pyramids, but don't get caught holding hands. Entrapment and arrests of gay men through dating apps have been reported. Turkey. In Istanbul used to be a bit more progressive, but government crackdowns on pride events and LGBT activists are on the rise. And let's not forget Russia. Gay propaganda laws, yeah, they've turned pride flags into contraband. You can be fined for even suggesting LGBT content in public. Now, in these places, even if being LGBT isn't technically illegal, the social climate is cold enough to give Antarctica a run for its money. Maybe not go there. Now, there are countries that are a bit shady about it. Then there are the gray zone destinations, not openly hostile, but definitely not allies either. We'll start with Malaysia. Laws criminalize unnatural sex, and the raids on LGBT parties are not unheard of. Indonesia is an Islamic country. Sharia law in some areas leads to public whippings of gay people. Yeah, not something you want to deal with. Morocco is a gorgeous country, but same-sex activity is illegal. Tourists have been arrested. Qatar, hosts of the World Cup, but LGBT locals have been persecuted. Kenya, same-sex relationships are a criminal offense, though enforcement is inconsistent. You can travel here if you're careful and very low profile, but you really shouldn't have to be careful just to be yourself. So what's the lesson here, everybody? Research before you book. Just because a resort has a rainbow logo during Pride Month doesn't mean the country gives a damn about your rights. And for my fellow travelers who do go to these places for work, family, or because your wanderlust is a little stronger than the fear, here's some tips. Stay in international hotel chains with clear non-discrimination policies. Use private transportation, not public, if you're unsure of your safety. Don't rely on hookup apps in countries where they're monitored. And above all, trust your gut. If it feels wrong, just get out. Some places have resorts. I mentioned Jamaica earlier. If you're on a private resort, you're going to be just fine. You're not going to be persecuted or anything. You are on private property. But showing affection in Jamaica in public, something you don't want to do. And like I said before, you don't want to hide who you are. I mean, why? Well, that's it for Tuesday's episode of Travel Secrets. If you like this, or if you've got a wild travel story where you dodge danger like James Bond, shoot me a message and maybe I'll feature it on a future show. Remember, travel should expand your world, not shrink your identity. I'm TV's Dave Galvin. Please like and follow for more content. We'll see you on Thursday.